Hey there, guys. So, getting really close to Thor Ragnarok. It's like a couple weeks away. I'm really, really, really excited. Comes out the next week that I get paid. So that's pretty great. I can't wait to go see it. Let's talk about a character that's actually going to be appearing in Thor Ragnarok, Doctor Strange, which I honestly was very surprised when I heard that he was going to be in it, because I was like, how are they going to put Doctor Strange in a Thor movie that already has the Hulk in it? It's weird. It's awesome though. I love it. I cannot wait. So, Doctor Strange tells the story of a brilliant neurosurgeon named Dr. Stephen Strange, who, after his hands get messed up in a car accident, he goes to, I believe it's Nepal, and he learns to become a sorcerer. So yeah, kids, texting and driving, if you do that, and you mess up your hands, you can go to, I think it was Kathmandu, and train to become a sorcerer. That's how the world works now. But anyways, Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange is great. He does a great job at the beginning of the movie making Strange a very unlikable character, so that when you see his personal growth over the course of the film, when he's lost everything, he's just trying to get his hands back, because his hands, they're all messed up, they're shaking, he can't perform surgeries anymore. So he's just trying to get his hands back, because those were his... If he was to become a superhero before he became a sorcerer, his superpower would be his hands and his intellect. So that right there I really love, because I like characters that have a personal growth over the movie, and you could say that this movie is very paralleled with the first Iron Man. I don't see a problem with that. I think a lot of movies parallel a lot of other movies, so saying that it parallels another movie that just happens to be in the same movie series as it, I don't see how that's a negative. Cumberbatch's performance is great. I think he made... Because I was not familiar with Doctor Strange. I don't think there were a ton of people that were. And this movie made him one of my favorite characters in the MCU, right behind Spider-Man and Star-Lord. I mean, seriously, those three, if they were in a movie together, I would probably die. Like, if Spider-Man Homecoming, the sequel to Spider-Man Homecoming, was like a Thor Ragnarok style movie where it's Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Star-Lord having to go on like a road trip together across like dimensions and other planets and stuff, that would probably be the best movie ever made, honestly. But then you have Mads Mikkelsen, who plays Caecilius, who is also really great. I think Mads Mikkelsen is one of the most underrated actors in Hollywood today. He is in a lot of movies, but he is kind of overlooked in some of those movies. Like Rogue One, he had a really small part in, and I felt like his role was a little overlooked in the movie because he gave a really good performance. He just didn't get a ton of screen time. But yeah, I think he adds this certain level of emotion and gravitas to every character that I have seen him play. And he makes what is ultimately a typical type of villain character in this movie more unique and memorable. Especially in the scene where he is, like, inside the trap thing and he's explaining his point of view to Strange, and you can just feel the emotion in his performance, and you can see like the tears streaming down his face while he's talking about it. It's one of the most memorable scenes from this movie. When I think of Doctor Strange, that is one of the first scenes I think of, right behind a couple of the really trippy visual effects scenes. But then you have Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One, who was a controversial yet perfect casting decision. Tilda makes the character her own and has a lot of great moments in the movie. Even some of the more creative fight scenes, especially at the beginning. And the twist involving her character was very unexpected and interesting, and I felt like it added an extra layer to the character. And yeah, would I have preferred that they cast an older Asian American actor, or Asian actor in general, as the character? Yes. I think that a lot of minorities are underrepresented in movies nowadays. But did I think that Tilda Swinton gave a great performance? Yes. I think she was a fantastic character in this movie. I kind of wish that they had cast an actual Asian actor, an older Asian actor, to play a character who in the comics is older and Asian. But can't do anything about it. You might as well just enjoy what is actually there, you know? And then you have Chiwetel Ejiofor as Mordo, who's probably the standout character in the movie besides Strange. He plays Strange's mentor, and kind of the closest thing he gets to having a friend in the movie. And yeah, he's a very interesting character in the movie. We don't learn a ton about him as a person, but just what he does in the movie and some of the viewpoints of him that they do explore are very interesting, and I can't wait to see how they explore the character in the future. And then finally, just want to talk about Rachel McAdams and Benedict Wong, who play supporting characters in the movie. So, Christine Palmer is kind of your typical Marvel love interest, but she gets enough to actually do in the movie, and there isn't too much of a focus on their relationship that she feels like a more genuine character in the movie, and it makes the relationship between them feel a little more genuine. And then Benedict Wong as Wong is one of the most hilarious Marvel supporting characters I've ever seen, and I'm excited that he's going to be in Infinity War and hopefully Doctor Strange 2. Alright, let's talk about the movie. So, the visuals and style are incredible in this movie. There is a very trippy Jack Kirby 60s vibe to this movie. Not quite at the level of Thor Ragnarok, where Thor Ragnarok visually is just a love letter to Jack Kirby. This just has a lot of Kirby-esque visuals in it, but isn't like completely just drenched in them. But yeah, this is probably my second favorite MCU movie, right behind, possibly even equal to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which is still my favorite. It's still my favorite MCU movie. But yeah, this is just a really unique and fun movie. It is a little more serious than other Marvel movies, while also still having quite a lot of the same humor. I know a lot of people had problems with the humor in this movie. Like, sometimes there were jokes that were just kind of felt forced in. This is one of the movies where I didn't really feel that much. I mean, there might have been like one or two jokey moments that I was like, okay, you didn't have to have a joke there. But overall, I thought the humor in this movie was worked in very well, and I didn't feel like it hindered the movie at all, or was like forced in at all. The action is also really great. There's a lot of unique action scenes in this movie involving a lot of the trippy visuals and just cool, like, world-bending things in the movie. Like, the whole, I wouldn't say climax of the movie, but, like, the lead up to the climax, which is also kind of a big action set piece. It's the New York City chase scene in the mirror dimension. That whole sequence was just incredible, and I loved the really unique just the unique ways they were able to work around the environment that they were creating with everything being like warped and stuff, and just really cool visuals and action sequences that made it really fun and just kind of fresh and unexpected. And that's the best thing I can say about this movie, is that while some elements do feel familiar, it's a very fresh and unexpected movie. Yeah, and part of that has to do with the great performances in the movie. Some of it has to do with the really great writing in this movie. The direction is also really great. And the visuals are just spectacular. Like, one of the biggest things I was looking forward to in seeing this movie was how great the visuals were going to be. And it did not disappoint. I think this movie is just incredible. I love it. It's one of my favorite in the MCU. It's one of the most unique and fun movies in the MCU, and I cannot wait to see more Benedict Cumberbatch as Strange in future films. I know he's going to have a small part in Ragnarok. I'm really excited for that, but I know that as soon as I see him, I'm going to just be thinking, oh, now I can't wait to see him in Infinity War. But anyways, guys, that's all. I'm going to give Doctor Strange an A+. Thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what you think of Doctor Strange if you've seen it. And be sure to check out the link in the description to our Patreon page. And check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one.